Hello Spider Peeps. Well, it's me talking about Will Cogley's brilliant work again. Yeah, so we've created this previously. This was an amazing eye mechanism. This is about my third one that I've done that Will had created. Now I had a few problems with that, and I think the problems were purely Spidermaf based, not Will Cogley based. I noticed the way that I print these, I was printing these the wrong way, which meant that the shear lines were the wrong place there. So in my previous video, you can watch that here, I was saying I had difficulty clicking these in. So here it's quite hard to click these in without breaking them. But this worked okay, that was fine. Now, the other day, Will did a video, which I will link to here, and he announced that it's got a new mechanism. And you want to know what the cool thing about these are? Well, you can see straight away, yeah, they do print that way. So that's how it was printed. This one's still got the support on it, which I'll take off gently in a minute. But notice this. Yeah, he's designed it with print in place. So this is much better. So these are all the pieces, and you see there's a lot of these that are already hinged up. This is the way that they just come off the printer. How fantastic is this? So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. I'm going to put it together. Let's take this off gently. I'm going to try and put them all together, put some relays in it, and then talk about the controller card, because I tried to design my own, as I would. So the card on this one, Will used an Arduino, and because I'm into Raspberry Pis, I decided to try and redesign that board with a Raspberry Pi. Now, based on the video, that's defunct now, but doesn't matter. I'll still talk about it a little bit to the end of this. But first of all, let's just work out how I can build this new Eyemech with these built-in joints. And I'm just going to do this. Let's listen to some light music and watch the assembly. I should have two eyes somewhere. Fit on there nicely. I noticed that these are thicker towards the ends now, whereas previously they seem to be a bit thinner, so these have been bulked up a bit. This one's a little bit... Oh, there we go again. Well, that's a good start. Gah. All these have come out lovely apart from that one. Glad I checked it beforehand. I'll reprint that. Okay, I think the rest of them have printed out okay. Just that little issue there. Well, I've got two of them. Must have done that again. Oh well. Let's put that to the side for now. Right, let's try and remember how to do this to begin with. I think we've got to pop it in there. Okay, so I take this one and pop a servo in it. And not sure which way this has got to go in, but let's do it with the control at the back to begin with. Unless there's any clues. Ah, there's a clue there. Maybe it goes that way then. A little bit of bit there to help. And then I think this debris goes over it. This hold on to the eyelid, so this should be further to the front. That looks okay. It looks nice already. You did all this before and then this bit snapped, so yeah, cool. This bit has got to go on a similar way. I think that goes onto there. That looks right. It's been a few days since I've done this, so I've put a couple in there already. So I think that's to the back. That's all right, I can work round them. And that's got to go in here now. So what am I missing? Okay, so I've got to pick these up, I think. I think these go in the bottom. So I think that clips onto there. Oh well, not even clips, yeah, it'll have to push on. It's nice, you can treat it with a little bit more force than the previous ones. Says Spidermaf, probably snapping it to bits. Alright, and then this goes underneath. Clips in there, I think. That sounded right. Okay, yeah. And then I think these bits that hold onto the board, they go there and they hold this wire out the way. So I'm going to do that now, probably regret it. But that'll hold that wire back out of the way so it doesn't foul the mechanism. I didn't do that before. Don't know whether that's a new bit or not. Okay, it's a pity because these are printed upside down, it's a pity these aren't as neat looking. Probably I could adjust the settings a little bit to get those to look better. I hope all that's worked. That took a while. I've got a feeling it didn't work. Alright, then do I click the eyes on now? Yeah, alright, so these eyeballs, they're just the standard eyeballs. I did it a little bit different. I painted the inside blue, black in the middle. Then I filled some UV resin on the side and let it drip down, and it's got nearly all of the bubbles. I left it for ages before I took it out. There's still a secret bubble down there. Yeah, then I painted around the outside, put this on a drill, spun it and just painted the black bit. I don't remember what that's called, I looked it up last time. But and then I put it on the drill and I put UV resin on the outside and span it to try and get it, well, all shiny. They've worked well, but Will is now selling these and selling incredibly good ones. So I've ordered some of them. If they arrive before I finish filming this video, then I'll put them on there and you'll be able to see the difference. I'm really looking forward to them arriving. That's something else, so because I've made quite a few videos on Will's stuff, the least I could do was buy some of his products. So I'll link in the description, go and buy some eyeballs. Two different flavours as well of them. There's a normal version and there's a really realistic version. I'm pushing these in with some metal because when I've done this before I've broken the piece. I definitely don't want to do that this time. So I'm just pushing on the springy bit of the part and that's it. And they're clipped in there lovely. I love this design. Well, I love these designs, they're so good. I've really got to work on automating some myself and writing my own software for it as well. Okay, I think the next one is this bit. This one has got to go into that, so I assume, does it go in the top? It probably looks about right if it goes there. Yeah, so there's a thing that clips over that. I think it's that one. Just check there's no special bits on the inside. I don't think there are, so that must clip over there. All right, nearly there. So one of these goes in okay, one of them doesn't. Again, it's probably just the different types of servos. As Will said, there's loads of different versions of these, so you're never quite sure which is going to be the best. But see, there's the little hole there that will fit in. And then your other servo will fit on the top with the cog at the back of the mech. So it's whether this will fit in. Sometimes it needs a bit of a jiggery to get it to fit in. Yeah, I'm just going to sand the back off this a little bit. Oop, the other one comes off now. Alright, that should fit in now, I hope. think that's gone in. I'll pop that one on, and then the clip goes over these. Oh, this one does not want to stay in. Needs some more hands. All right, and this is, I love the design of this, the way that it's got all these little bits. So I think that's that side. Oh, straight away. Lovely. So we'll get these on. So I mean, one must be a bottom one and one must be a top one. And then there's these bits as well. I think these bits go on first. So these are to hold the outside of the eyelid. So let's clip. I think I've got to clip these on first. Let's try it. This is just printed out in PLA, by the way. Bamboo Mate PLA. I wonder whether I should fit that on afterwards now. Not sure. Okay, is that the right one? Don't know which is the top and which is the bottom. Well, yeah. One of them's close, one of them's not. Alright, it's not that one. Must be that one. Does one of these go underneath? I can't remember. Yeah, I think one goes underneath, one goes on the top. So can I get all of these in? I think I might have to remove this one first. Oh, noises from the back of the cave there. What was that? That's it. It helps if I just spin the... Oh man, this is really... I love the way it comes alive as soon as you do this. And pop that one on. They're probably not set up right, but I won't be able to do that afterwards. So yeah, and then that's on perfectly. Then we've got to put that bit that just comes in from the outside and holds the other side on. I think that will work now. So let's pop that in there first and then clip that on. Yeah, that works better. So I'll pair these up first, get them right. Then we know which way it goes round. Then make it look so this is a bit easier if you make it look the opposite way, which gives you a gap there. Then it goes in perfectly, and then put the eyeball back in the right position and it holds it in while you're doing the other bit. So that'll go in. Oh, that one's got to go underneath. And then pop that in. And push that up into place. Then that can come up. That one lever and then that one lever. All right. It's a little bit janky there. Let's make sure this is closed. I'll push him a bit forward. All right, so let's bring him to life. It would be better if I had this wired up, but that's the next job. Okay, so a few days later, you see this time I've shortened all these leads. I decided I'd do that as opposed to zip tying them up. Got so many of these little servos now. I'm a bit less precious about them, especially now I've found you can buy them in bulk from Ali. Whether they're good or not, I don't know. But I've got a delivery from Will Cogley. So let's get these out. So I ordered some eyes. So these are his not the premium eyes, these are his normal eyes. Now, I'm not sure about these. They do look less realistic. I mean, he said they were less realistic. Let's zoom in a little bit. Obviously I bought these off his website without seeing them, so obviously some kind of shiny resin on there. It looks almost like there's a transfer on the inside. but there's shininess all on the outside. So I was able to do that with mine as well by painting UV with putting the end on and just slowly turning it and painting it, and then taking it outside so that while still spinning it, so that it had this coating which didn't drip. They probably will look more realistic. So you can see mine have got a bit more of a depth to them because I've got the pupil indent in mine from his STL. But yeah, I mean, if you don't want to mess with resin and you want some eyes for this project, or you just want to, like I did, just want to support Will, then definitely go and buy a pair of these eyes. He's got them in lots of different colours, but yeah, so I look forward to making a mech with those in them as well. I don't really want to take this apart now I've made it. Well, Spidermaf from the future here. I was just editing this, and since I filmed all this, I've built another mech. Not finished obviously, but I just wanted to show you the difference. These eyes are fantastic. So I did Will a bit of a disservice when I first looked at them, because they have this shine about them in this, and they look really cool, really realistic. I think the thing that I was not seeing is there's like a little shadow under the eye, which is exactly what the top of the eye looks like, and it just looks great. And obviously this printout, I've used the bamboo slicer to colour that to have a different sort of tone for the actual eyelids, to hide all the mechanism, make that black so it can be hidden inside. And then there's some different coloured eyelids there, which just change the vibe of it. But you see, these eyes are just great. Anyway, back to the main video. And this should be the board, which is a bit I'm really excited about, to be honest. Oh, look at this. So it's different. Got a little snap off on the bottom. Yeah, you know what I need to do with this. I'll do that in a minute. But I hope that will go in there now. I mean, it should do. What's the difference between that and the original size? See, the original one is a little bit wider, I think. Oh, yeah, marginally wider. But the cutouts are the same. But yeah, I'm hoping this is programmed as well, but we'll have to see. Got boot and run on there. So this was a previously made Raspberry Pi circuit layout. I think Will's gave credit there to the guy who did the original one, or lady who did the original one. So what have we got to get power in? So it's got to be that way, hasn't it? Now what worries me is that I don't have any controller for this, but we can work on that. So I'm hoping it's got some kind of programming on it already. So let's clean this board up and put it in the Eyemech and see how it goes. I had planned for a longer video about this because I've done my own design of this, and I've done it so I converted it to a RP 2040. I think I probably said earlier in the video, but I had some weird effects with the code that I'd used, which I'll maybe show you in a different video. But let's get this working. I assume it goes through in there. In fact, let's plug these in. So these already have the, so each of these already have the markings for which movement, because obviously this is specific to this animation. So that's really good. Well done for that, Will. So let's pop these in. All right, that looks okay. Here we go. Oh, Well, it's doing something. Will it take a while to wake up? Oh. It's definitely doing something, but I think I've got all of the servos set wrongly. I'm going to spend a while adjusting all these servos and see where it goes from there. Okay, so it's taken a bit of fiddling and without reading the instructions at all. I've realised that when it's plugged in, if you set this to hold, I think it goes to this neutral position. So this is a good way of making sure all your servos are set up correctly before you start. So that information was probably given on the video and I've forgotten it. But let's turn him on again and we should get some different expressions. I think my adjustment is still slightly out, but this is the best I've got it. So thanks to this, Will. What an amazing design. I mean, the previous designs have been great, but I'm really impressed how your engineering work is getting better and better. I couldn't do anything like this, but it's nice to be able to be a consumer of one of these products. So yeah, if you'd like to support Will, please follow the link, please follow him. If you want to make one of these, I know previously people have asked me to print this out. I'm not going to do that for you, but the STLs are available free. Follow the link of Will's, and then if you want to support his channel properly, you can do that by buying some of the bits from him. But the board itself is good. I mean, he's even shared the Gerber for the board, so we can make our own versions of the boards. The for me, JLC PCB, or by his supplier as well, and we can get those made. So wonderful project here, and no doubt I will continue doing videos about these in the future. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed my investigation of this, and please subscribe, give us a like, tell me what I've done wrong in the setup of this. One thing I have noticed is that I need to put these little screws in, but I was waiting until I'd got it set up correctly and the servos all levelled first. And I don't know if there's a proper way that you should turn it on, or maybe put it onto hold before you apply power, just to make sure that the servos are right. I'm not sure, but tell me how you're getting on with your version of this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.